Some stories begin long before anyone understands them. In 1969, on a small farm in Wichita, everything seemed peaceful. James and Emma lived a simple life until that night. Wolfie, their old dog, was the first to sense it. A strange vibration ran through the house. The sound seemed to come from the attic. And then they saw it. A door that had never been there awoke. Otherworldly beams of light shot through the attic as if time itself were breaking. James felt something pull him in, and in an instant, he ceased to belong to his world. When he opened his eyes, there was no farm, no fields, no home, only a jungle so ancient it seemed to breathe. Creatures forgotten by time walked before him, monsters no book had ever described. And yet, something deep inside him told him this was not a dream. But even in paradise, a shadow always lurks. The predator found him among the trees, reminding him that in this primeval world, he was the prey. He ran without looking back. At the edge of the world, he finally stopped walking, not because the path ended, but because something was waiting. He felt it before he saw it, a presence, ancient, watching. Fear told him to run. Curiosity told him to stay. And time held its breath. He turned away from the edge, stumbling into the jungle, where light breaks and shadows multiply. As silence returned, life revealed itself again, watching, waiting, unchanged. Then I saw them, giants moving with the calm of eternity. I understood something then. Awe can be as terrifying as danger. Until the gate called to him once more. A flash, a pulse, one last chance to go home. Or perhaps to discover something more. Because once you cross the gate, your destiny is no longer yours. James felt the cold tear at his skin even before he opened his eyes. The gate hadn't taken him to another place, but to another time. A frozen valley stretched before him, vast and silent. And in the distance, a castle stood against the mountains. He wasn't alone. A knight watched him from atop his horse, encased in steel like a living statue. James realized he had entered a realm he didn't understand. A world where legends weren't told, they were survived. The air roared, the mountains trembled, and then the sky opened. wyvern burning from within, its wings outshining the sun. Its roar shook the valley as if the earth itself answered its call, and in an instant, hell fell from the sky. Living fire, breathing fire, rained down upon the knights. The ice turned to steam beneath its fury. The warriors vanished before they could understand their fate. James, trapped between rock and snow, watched in horror a battle that wasn't his, but the gate had decided he must witness it. For in that world, in that eternal winter, every choice, every step, drew him closer to a truth he had yet to discover. The gate had chosen him, and it would never return him unscathed. He moved forward, crawling low, not knowing whose war this was, only that it was real. Barbed wire tore the sky into pieces, and above it, thunder without clouds. He was no longer in a kingdom. He was inside a war without honor. A war without dragons, but with monsters just as real. Gunfire ripped through the air. The ground shook beneath his feet. Machines built for war cut through the rain. Men inside them still believed in victory. He raised his hands, not in surrender, but in disbelief. Walls marked with symbols of hate, flags that did not belong to time. He looked at his hands. They were the same, but the world had changed. Questions filled the room. None of them mattered. They wanted answers. He barely understood the question. Then, it returned. James explained where he came from, how he had crossed the door, and how he ended up trapped in this world of madness and war. The officer laughed, dry, unsettling. Then, it returned. The air cracked. Power filled the room. Not as punishment, but as balance. History does not forget, it waits. And once again, the door decided who stayed and who did not. And when the light faded, the door chose again. Because the door does not follow history, history follows the door. When he opened his eyes again, the world had changed. The air was cold, artificial, as if the sky no longer breathed. It was not his time. He knew it instantly. Neon covered the streets. Rain reflected artificial skies. Buildings rose beyond reason, as if gravity had surrendered. Ships crossed the air above him, silent, constant. He walked among the crowd, humans and others who were not. An android approached him and spoke. He had never seen anything like it. It offered help, transport, a destination. Even so, he stepped inside. It was the first act of kindness he had encountered. The city kept moving beneath them, endless, indifferent. The streets fell away below. The future unfolded before his eyes. When he saw the police android, he asked to land. He felt it was the moment, the chance to know, to ask the questions no one had answered. He approached the mechanical figure, cold, precise, some kind of police android. He gathered the courage he had left and asked the only thing that mattered, about doors through time, about a way back home. For the first time, a clue, a direction, a real hope. I followed the path shown to me, and for the first time, returning felt possible. No surprises, no strange destinations imposed by the old door. I don't know if the machine that received me truly understood. I spoke of the door, of crossing time, of my need to return home, of my desperation. It guided me through the exhibition of time doors, speaking of their history and the value each one held. Until I understood, they were doors from another time, from other eras. They were not what I was looking for. Disappointment overtook me. Anger followed. Exhaustion and weariness overwhelmed me. Sensing my aggression, the android activated the security protocol. Security arrived within seconds. An expressionless face, precise movements. I didn't resist. I had no strength left. The door closed behind me. I entered a narrow alley, dark, damp. Their light did not protect. It exposed. Shadows moved. I was not alone. A figure appeared at the far end, metallic, damaged. It moved closer, measuring the distance. I understood the danger too late. The threat was already too close. Then, a door opened behind me. A man stepped out of a Chinese restaurant, a cook. When he saw the robot, his expression changed. He knew it, an old debt. I didn't look back. I didn't wait. I ran. The alley fell behind me. So did the threat. Only one thought remained. Get out. Then, I saw it. Leaning against a wall. Out of place. The door. I reached out and touched it. The world shattered again. Time claimed me. He was home, where everything had begun, and where almost everything had ended. His body trembled as he moved forward, covered in dirt, exhaustion, and time. The journey had aged him more than years ever could. She was waiting for him. She didn't know how, but she knew. Something deep inside had warned her. He slowly raised his hand, an awkward, fragile gesture, trying to look normal in front of his wife, as if time had not torn them apart. 3 months gone, and now he was standing there, as if nothing had happened, demanded answers he could not give, accused him of leaving, of vanishing without a trace. Then he heard it. No, not again. That sound, the same one from the nightmare. Wolfie felt it too. His barking alerted Emma, who turned, confused. Then, the light changed. A blue glow seeped through the shadows. The story was not over. Something emerged slowly, heavy, unnatural. It did not belong to this world. Because the door does not follow the story follows the door.